Alright friends, so the fourth and final part of the questline to get Ager Scepter is here. The setup is the same as how it has been, but there's still some work to put in order to get our hands on this new trace rifle. If you're just looking for the info or some help, I got you. Down below in the description will be all the timestamps parceling out the different sections of this fourth and final part of the quest. And if you need to get caught up, I'll also leave some links to the other steps as well. With the business side of things behind us now, let's get into it. Part 4 starts like it has previously. Go to the helm, pick up the quest, go and talk to Mara, and then head to the Dreaming City to collect the skews. Once you've collected all the skews, you'll turn them in like you have the other 3 times. But now access to the Dismary vault has been unlocked. You'll step through the portal and into the vault to find the defense system protecting the scepter has been activated. Cue the next steps of the quest, and they are a little bit of a grind. When we get to that point in the video, I'll chime back in and explain the preceding quest steps. For now, I'm gonna let this play, and I'll catch you in a little bit.
Ager, much loved by the flock, convinced a great many to fly with the twins when they left the Hollow. He knelt before Rega and presented the crown of feathers their mother had crafted for her, and waited for her to respond in kind. She rose as queen, but did not gift Ager the scepter. His scepter. Despite everything, she still said he wasn't ready. It was a test of his will, right? His devotion. One he would not fail. For he was patient. So patient. Together the twins led the flock away from the oak's hollow to carve new nests in distant boughs beyond the forest's edge. Ager flew far and wide at Rega's behest, always thinking of her test, and returned home with tales of all that he had seen. Dark clouds surrounded them. Fires burned within trees, split by thunderous bolts. His twin kept his words close. Rega scattered prophetic bones and traced their curvature like weathered oaken bends. In them the signs were clear. A great storm did indeed approach, they in its path, and so they prepared themselves for war. I wish you'd just give it to me. I could use it to help us face what we both know is coming. It doesn't even belong to you.
This coming storm he speaks of was the flashpoint. The battle of Saturn against the Taken King. It was the shift from stability into dissonance. I failed to shape Uldren in accordance with my goals, but if I were to take all that he was and reveal that past to him now, would he be my brother? Or is it only his echoes that remain? I see many of those same beginnings leading now to different ends. Tell me, would you be so forgiving if Crow carried more of Uldren with him? Would you still accept him? A defensive ward has been engaged over the Scepter. It is a failsafe to keep it protected. Either my brother found this place without my knowledge and set it off, or the ward was engaged when the surrounding architecture suffered structural damage. There is a bypass. It is code, kept secret, in that it has been scattered across dozens of terminals throughout the Awoken territory. Fret not, you don't have to collect them. I will have the pieces consolidated and reformed. While you wait, you needn't stand idle like a lost child. Return to me. My borders are threatened.
Hi, me again. Now begins the kinda grindy portion of the quest. For Step 6, you're asked to collect 100 parallax trajectory and fill a progress bar to 100% for rifle kills. The parallax part is easy enough. You can complete any game of the core playlist or go on patrol and collect some Ascended Anchors. We went the route of doing a strike from the strike playlist, which ended up being more than enough parallax. The other half of the quest step might take a beat, depending on your loadout. It asks that you get a bunch of rifle kills while doing the astral alignment activity. Thankfully though, any kind of rifle kill will do. If it has rifle as a part of its weapon type, it will count. It took me about 3 runs to complete with a loadout of a pulse rifle, null composure, and 1000 voices.
Bank them on sight.
Step 7 also might take a bit too, and will be real dependent upon the group you're with. In Astral Alignment, you'll need to get 20 kills with your super, and you need to defeat 18 champions. Any roaming super should do the trick for those super kills, but the champions will definitely be the limiting factor. It took me 5 or so runs to get all my champions, and your results may vary. Now, Step 8, and we are at the home stretch, wants you to go and complete 3 strikes. Lake of Shadows in the EDZ, the Disgraced in the Cosmodrome, and the Glassway in Europa. If you want to be a gambler, you can throw yourself at the mercy of RNG in the strike playlist, or you can just select the strikes from their respective destinations. Once the boss is defeated, you'll be rewarded with an item called a Strand of Nobility.
We're happy to send the message, Commander.
Excellent work. Return to the tower.
That's the last of them, Elizabeth.
Good riddance, evil bastards. Until next time.
Once you get all 3, you'll head back to Mara, turn everything in, and then move on to the final mission, where you'll retrieve and finally get to use Ager's Scepter. It is a fun mission, but don't underestimate it. There will be a lot of mans who want you dead.
Zivo Arath's subordinate came to my doorstep as a thief. Their death is the price of encroachment. Ager's scepter carves pathways toward one's goals. The compass you carry is based off the same principles as this weapon. In Uldren's hands, it could have connected every edge of my kingdom. Through Zivo Arath, it would grant an omnipresence within the reef even I could not subdue. Deliver it safely to me. While it may never be Uldren's, it may yet serve to guide what he has become.
After the dust is settled, and you're getting used to the weight of this new exotic in your hands, you will return back to chat with Mara one final time and be rewarded with a pretty interesting cutscene putting a cap on the story of Rega and Ager.
So you wish to hear the rest of my brother's story? Fine. I will oblige you. When the storm came, Rega and Ager rode the winds to meet it. A fleet of talons at their back. A great battle ensued. The storm took, as was its nature. Many fell, Ager among them. Rega could only watch as he tumbled down, 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 until her heart beat alone. She dove into the storm, giving herself to destroy it. Rega's spirit ascended higher into the sky, where she hoped to reunite with her brother. Instead, she met the thing that sent the storm. A bottomless well of grief, unreachable by reasoning or bargaining or violence. A voice in the darkness. And so, Rega gathered her feathers into an aegis of wings to shield the world below. But over the years, feathers broke away. Futility wore thin her resolve. Then, one day, her heart began to beat as it once had. Doubled, distant, but different. A beautiful echo. Hope called her home. And though she prayed to find Ager there, he never returned. I still feel Uldren's heartbeat somewhere out there. When your crow first stood in my halls, I saw an ember of my Uldren burning in his breast. Curiosity and a sibling fondness told me I could stoke that ember. I hope it is not a lie. I hope he is more than the last ebb of hot ash from a long dead flame. Many of his faults were not of his own making. Uldren's decisions were his, of course, but driven by whips in the hands of others. Myself included. I will have to offer him more than an old story of an empty promise if I wish to see that ember burn again. This is the path I led Uldren down. If certain actors had kept to their roles, I would have wielded Uldren Salve, Light-Bearer. But even Mara Salve cannot control everyone. I celebrate his resurrection in the light, but I detest seeing my brother rewritten, his greater self sloughed away and swept into the cellar. There is still good to draw from who he was. Don't squander it. He needs a star to guide him. Aldrin or Crow, they are the same in that regard. Ager's scepter is yours, then. Both its burden and the freedom it can provide. Be careful with it, Guardian. He is prone to devotion.
And that's it. We made it to the end, and have a snazzy new kinetic slot stasis trace rifle to show for it. And if you're keen on getting the Catalyst, we'll have to wait for the next reset, September 21st, before it becomes available via Wayfinder Troves and Astral Alignment. I'll let you form your own opinion on it, but man, my vote is this thing is really nice. Thank you, truly, for watching and listening to this guide series. Good luck on your adventures out there, Guardians, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!